Are you traveling back to the country where you are actually residing from the Philippines? Or you'll be flying to another destination and you would like to know what are these documents that we had mentioned in my other video regarding the departure document requirement. So we will be focusing for today's video about the following. We will talk about the travel pass, the travel tax, and at the same time, what is this departure card that usually is mentioned as part of what you need to complete when you fly from the Philippines. So watch this video and find out more about these three travel documents. Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. My name is Jamey Iris and I am your host for this TV show where today we will be discussing the three documents that are commonly asked if you will be departing from the Philippines, whatever airport you might be flying from, to another country or to the destination that you would actually be staying or residing. So that is something that we will find out for today. So we will talk about three travel documents that we mentioned in my previous videos, and a lot of you were asking me, Jamie, what is this, or what are these documents? We are not really that familiar. Okay, let me tell you more about these three documents from this video. I believe, like for example, the departure card. This is something that you already have commonly completed before, but maybe because of all the listed documents, it seems so many, and you felt that this document seems not that familiar with you. So let me acquaint you with some of the documents that you're familiar already, and some of those, maybe this is the first time that you've heard about it. So for this video, that is what we will be discussing. And once again, welcome to my channel. To all my subscribers, I just simply want to say thank you for joining us every day in our video vlogs. And at the same time, if this is your first time to actually visit us in this channel, I simply want to say welcome, and I'm inviting you to subscribe to my channel so that you'll always get updated with recent, relevant, informative video that I upload every day. And there are quite a lot of videos and segments that are upcoming this month of March and the next few months. So I'm quite excited, hoping that you'll be able to join us so that you will enjoy. So our videos usually are both in Tagalog and English. So you will actually see if this is in English, I usually will mention that this is an English language so that at least you know, especially for our viewers who are from the other countries, you know that you can easily grasp and understand all that I share in the video. And if it's Tagalog, definitely these are for my fellow men or for fellow Filipinos who would want to, of course, listen and understand about the topic in our own native tongue. But do not worry, most of the time what I am doing right now, due to your request, and of course, I'm listening to what you are sharing to me, that some of you, of course, for Filipinos, you want Tagalog, and others, of course, for the foreign nationals, you prefer, of course, the English language. So we will be preparing those videos for all of you. For this video, we will have this in English so that at least everyone, whether you're a Filipino or you're a foreign national, you're departing from the Philippines, you will know what are these three documents I am referring to. So let's begin and let's just take a look. The first one. Okay, so when we talk about the departure requirements, so there are a lot that I have listed, depends on your classification as a traveler in my previous video. So if you have not watched that, please take a look. Who are the eligible travelers and what are the requirements for each eligible traveler to travel from the Philippines to other countries. Now we will zoom in a little bit more with some of those documents that you messaged me and you asked me, Jamie, what is this departure card? What is a travel pass? And of course, let me just share something about travel tax. For our first topic, let's talk about the departure card. Now, a departure card is a legal document. These are actually definitely used by the immigration authorities to provide any traveler or passenger the identification and an effective record of a person's departure from certain countries. Now, typically, the information on the departure card includes the following. First, your personal information such as name, birth date, nationality, gender, contact number, email, occupation, personal ID. Then it will ask you about your passport or travel document number, then your address abroad or hotel, address in the Philippines, flight number, port of exit, and primary purpose of your travel. Now, please note they are expecting that you use a black pen. So please always have a black pen handy with you to complete the said form. Now, once you have completed this, you can now go and proceed to the immigration line so that you can present your departure card together with all the required documents or travel documents to the immigration officer and wait until you get your passport stamped. Again, with my experience for almost 15 years traveling in and out of the Philippines and in different countries, as long as you have all the documents with you required by that country that you will be flying to, then it will be easy. Because again, although traveling became a bit challenging, especially during the pandemic crisis, but what I have experienced, because I traveled several times during the pandemic crisis, as long as you have a documentation, you will not get delayed and it will be efficiently completed. So that is what we call the departure card, and you can see it also from the picture that I have provided for you, especially if a lot of you are saying, Jamey, have I completed this before? What is this? So now you know, this is the document. And then a second one, let's talk about travel tax. I believe a lot of you are very familiar with travel tax. Now, this is from the Philippine Airlines.com FAQ. It says that the travel tax is a levy imposed by the Philippine government on individuals who are leaving the Philippines, irrespective of the place where the air ticket is issued and the form or place of payment as provided by the Presidential Decree 1183. Now, the question is, how much is the travel tax? If you will be flying economy or on business class, so the full travel tax will be 1,620 pesos as of this point in time that we are actually, shooting this video. This is the price. But again, if you'll be flying like several months from now or a year after you have watched this video, please ensure that you check the latest info. Now, as of today, who pays for the full travel tax? Now, number one, citizens of the Philippines. Number two, taxable foreign passport holders. If you want to see the full details, you can always refer to https://tieza or tieza.gov.ph/table-1. Number three, the non-immigrant foreign passport holders who have stayed in the Philippines for more than 1 year. So you can also see it from the same website. That will be table number 2. Now let us just take a look at the second type of tax or amount of tax that someone has to complete or pay. The second one will be the standard reduced travel tax. So it only costs 810 pesos. Now, who may avail of the standard reduced travel tax? Now, according to, again, tieza.gov.ph reduced travel tax, minors is the number one who can avail of this reduced travel tax. So as long as from 2 years old and 1 day to 12th birthday of the date of travel. And then number two, accredited Filipino journalist whose travel is in pursuit of journalistic assignment. And number three, those authorized by the President of the Republic of the Philippines for reasons of national interest. So those are the three that can actually avail of this standard reduced travel tax. Now, there's another type of tax. Now, privilege reduced travel tax for dependents of OFWs. Now, this only costs 300 pesos. Now, who may avail the privilege reduced travel tax? So, you can actually avail this if you are traveling to the OFW's work site. So, this privilege are only granted to any dependent traveling to the OFW's workplace, or work site. Number one, the legitimate spouse of an OFW. Number two, any unmarried children of an OFW, whether legitimate or illegitimate, who are below 21 years of age. And number three, children of OFWs with disabilities, even more than 21 years of age. Now, the question is, who may be exempted from paying the travel tax? Now, the people who can be exempted from the travel tax, or travelers who can be exempted from this tax, are the following: OFWs, Filipinos permanent resident abroad who stay in the Philippines is less than 1 year, infants 2 years and above, foreign diplomatic and consular officials and members of their staff. And then last one will be the group of the officials, consultants, experts, and employees of the United Nations organization and its agencies. Now, to add on that, the U.S. military personnel, including dependents and other U.S. nationals with fares paid by the U.S. government or on U.S. government-owned or chartered transport facilities. Oh, we have some more. Crew members of airplanes flying international routes. Philippine Foreign Service personnel officially assigned abroad and their dependents, and then official and employees of the Philippine government traveling on official business, excluding government-owned and controlled corporations. Grantees of foreign government-funded trips. Then, bona fide students with approved scholarship by appropriate government agency. Next one, personnel and their dependents of multinational companies with regional headquarters but not engaged in business in the Philippines. And third to the last, those authorized by the President of the Republic of the Philippines for reasons of national interest. And then, as provided under RA 6768, any balikbayans who stay in the Philippines is less than 1 year. And lastly, as provided again under RA 6768, any family members of former Filipinos accompanying the latter. So those are the people who can actually be exempted from paying the travel tax here in the Philippines before your departure. Now, the question is, if you are required to pay or mandatorily pay, how can you pay the travel tax? Now, tickets issued or purchased outside the Philippines, you can pay directly to the TIEZA travel tax counter at the airport. Or tickets issued or purchased in the Philippines, payment is made through the airline ticket offices and travel agencies. And lastly, tickets purchased through PAL website, that's www.philippineairlines.com, passenger has the option to pay the travel tax either during the online booking provided passengers are all adults, or directly to the TIEZA travel tax counter at the airport before checking in. Please note, the Philippine travel tax will not be offered online if the transaction is a child or with a child or infant. So those are the basic informations that you have to know regarding what is a travel tax. Now for the next document, let's talk about the travel pass. A number of you have asked me, Ms. Jamey, what is a travel tax? So here's my answer to you. Again, you can find this from the philippineairlines.com or their website. Now, who needs a travel pass? From the Bureau of Immigration. Please note, travelers who are permanent residents of foreign jurisdiction but holding a Philippine passport are excluded from this requirement. Now, all foreign nationals whose visa are issued pursuant to the Philippine Immigration Act of 1940 and other special laws governing the visa issue agencies. Now, or issuing agencies. Department of Justice or DOJ, Bureau of Immigration, and investment promotion agencies shall be required to secure a travel pass from the same agencies when departing the Philippines. Second, visa issuing agencies where a travel pass may be secured. DOJ, Bureau of Immigration, and investment promotion agencies such as the BOI, PRA, PEZA, CEZA, SNMA, CDC, AFAB, and APECO. The next one, those holding Immigration Clearance Certificate or ECC from Bureau of Immigration are also exempted. Now, the travel pass shall be presented in printed or electronic form to the immigration counters as part of the documentary requirements upon departure. What else? Now, a duly issued travel pass shall be for single use only and valid for 30 days from its issuance. Failure to present a duly issued travel pass shall not be permitted to depart unless confirmed by the local persons of the official issuing agencies. Now, let's just take a look. What did Immigration Commissioner Jaime Morente mentioned about this? If your BI-issued visa exempts you from securing an ECC or SRC before departure from the Philippines, then you are required to secure a travel pass from our Bureau of Immigration or from our bureau, which you should present to our immigration officers at the airport. Now, please take note, applicants are required to submit the following documents at least 7 days before your departure. Number 1, accomplished application form. Number 2, copy of your passport and bio page. Number 3, copy of your airline ticket. And lastly, copy of your visa implementation page. So with that, everyone, I'm looking forward that you now know better what are these 3 travel documents when you're departing from the Philippines. The departure card, the travel pass, and the travel tax. So with that, everyone, I simply want to say, if you find this video helpful and informative, please click like, and I'm inviting you to subscribe to my channel so that you'll always get updated with the recent and most updated video vlogs that are inspiring and very informative. With that, this is Jamey Iris TALK TV, simply saying, have a safe flight and stay safe, stay healthy. I'll see you all in my next video. May God bless you. See you, everyone.